It began as an ordinary day at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, a bustling hub where thousands of travelers pass through every hour, each with their own stories, destinations, and expectations. The air was filled with the usual sounds of rolling suitcases, boarding announcements, and the hum of anticipation that comes with travel. Among the many flights scheduled that day was Alaska Airlines Flight 2123, a routine journey bound for the quiet town of Walla Walla, Washington. Passengers boarded with little thought, expecting nothing more than a short, uneventful trip. But in a matter of moments, everything changed. A passenger made a direct and chilling threat, instantly transforming what should have been a routine departure into a high-stakes emergency. The atmosphere inside the cabin shifted dramatically, as anxiety rippled through the rows of seats. The calm that had settled over the cabin just minutes before vanished, replaced by a palpable tension. Flight attendants and crew members trained for emergencies but rarely tested in such real-life scenarios sprang into action with practiced urgency. The threat was specific and credible, immediately triggering the airline's strictest security protocols. Airport security and law enforcement were alerted, and the situation escalated from routine to critical in seconds. The flight crew's focus shifted entirely. No longer concerned with takeoff or flight schedules, their sole priority became the safety and protection of everyone on board. Every action was deliberate, every word measured, as they worked to maintain order and calm. Details of the threat were deliberately withheld from the public and even from many inside the airport, fueling a wave of speculation, rumors, and growing concern. News of the incident began to spread, but with so little information, anxiety only increased. For the 68 passengers on board, confusion and fear set in. What was supposed to be a simple journey had suddenly become a crisis, and uncertainty hung heavy in the air. Families clung to each other, strangers exchanged worried glances, and everyone waited for answers. The crew's training and composure were put to the ultimate test in real time. They moved through the cabin, reassuring passengers, demonstrating safety procedures, and communicating updates as best they could, all while managing their own fears. This incident served as a stark reminder that, even with the most advanced security measures in place, the human element remains unpredictable. No system is foolproof, and it only takes one person's actions to disrupt the delicate balance of airport operations. The actions of a single individual brought airport operations to a standstill, grounding flights, diverting resources, and putting dozens of lives at risk. The ripple effects were felt not just by those on board, but by everyone connected to the airport that day. As the world watched, the crew, airline officials, and law enforcement worked together, racing against time to resolve a dangerous and rapidly evolving situation. Their response would determine not only the outcome for those on Flight 2123, but also set an example for crisis management in the aviation industry. The crew of Flight 2123 responded with remarkable speed and unwavering professionalism. From the very first moment they became aware of the emergency, every member of the team sprang into action, each one knowing exactly what their role was and how to execute it flawlessly. Their calm demeanor and focused attitude set the tone for everyone on board, reassuring passengers and supporting each other through the unfolding situation. Following their rigorous training, the pilots made the critical decision to taxi the plane away from the busy terminal area. They carefully maneuvered the aircraft to a secure, remote section of the airport, far from other planes and passengers. This decisive action was not only in line with established emergency protocols, but also demonstrated their ability to think clearly under pressure and prioritize the safety of everyone involved. By moving the aircraft to a secluded location, the crew minimized the risk to the airport and its occupants. This strategic move created a controlled environment, allowing emergency responders to approach the situation safely and efficiently. It also ensured that any potential escalation could be managed without endangering others, highlighting the importance of quick, informed decision-making in crisis situations. The crew's quick thinking and adherence to protocol were soon recognized by airport officials and law enforcement. Their actions were praised as a textbook example of how to handle an in-flight emergency, setting a standard for others to follow. The pilots and cabin crew were commended for their composure, leadership, and ability to work seamlessly as a team under immense pressure. While the pilots maintained constant communication with air traffic control, relaying updates and receiving instructions, the cabin crew focused on the well-being of the passengers. They moved through the cabin, speaking calmly and clearly, providing reassurance and keeping everyone informed about what was happening. Their presence and professionalism helped to ease anxiety and maintain order. Clear, authoritative instructions from the crew played a crucial role in preventing panic. Passengers listened attentively, trusting the crew's expertise and following their guidance. The atmosphere on board remained calm, a testament to the crew's ability to manage both the technical and human aspects of the emergency. Seamless teamwork between the cockpit and cabin crew was absolutely essential. They communicated constantly, sharing information and coordinating their actions to ensure that every detail was covered. This unity and collaboration were key factors in the successful management of the crisis. Throughout the ordeal, the crew maintained open lines of communication with the airline's operations center and airport authorities. This ensured that everyone involved was kept up to date, and that resources could be deployed quickly and effectively. Their ability to coordinate with multiple agencies demonstrated the importance of training and preparation in handling emergencies. The actions of the crew managed a complex and potentially dangerous crisis with poise, precision, and a sense of duty. Their focus never wavered, and their commitment to safety was evident in every decision they made. Ultimately, the crew's extensive training and preparation proved invaluable. Their knowledge, skills, and teamwork set the stage for a safe resolution, turning a moment of crisis into a powerful example of professionalism and preparedness in aviation. The threat aboard Flight 2123 sent shockwaves through Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. The FAA issued a ground stop, halting all inbound flights and freezing air traffic. 2 of the airport's 3 runways were closed, slashing operational capacity. The remaining runway struggled to handle all traffic, causing hours-long delays. Passengers faced indefinite waits, crowded terminals, and mounting frustration. The disruption rippled across the country, affecting flights and schedules nationwide. Airlines scrambled to reroute flights and manage the chaos. The closure allowed emergency crews to focus on the isolated aircraft, but at a steep cost to travelers. Law enforcement responded immediately, led by the Port of Seattle Police and joined by the FBI. Their first priority: secure the perimeter and establish a command post. Officers boarded the plane and arrested the suspect without incident, neutralizing the threat. With the suspect in custody, bomb squads and K-9 teams swept the aircraft for hidden dangers. Every part of the plane was meticulously checked before passengers could be moved. The heavy police presence underscored the seriousness of the event. Law enforcement managed the scene with precision, ensuring safety for all. Their swift, coordinated response contained the crisis and set the stage for investigation. The top priority throughout the entire ordeal was the safety and well-being of all 68 passengers and the 4 dedicated crew members on board. In situations like this, every second counts, and the actions taken must be precise and focused on protecting lives above all else. The crew remained calm and vigilant, reassuring passengers and following strict safety protocols to minimize panic and confusion. After the suspect's arrest, law enforcement officers moved quickly to secure the area. Passengers were carefully and systematically escorted off the plane, with officers ensuring that everyone remained calm and orderly during the process. The presence of police provided reassurance and helped maintain a sense of control in a tense situation. Once off the aircraft, passengers were guided onto shuttle buses waiting at a remote site on the runway. This location was chosen to keep everyone safe and away from the main terminal until authorities could confirm there were no further threats. Each individual then underwent thorough additional security screening. This step was essential to ensure that no dangerous items or individuals remained undetected, and that the safety of the airport and its travelers was not compromised. Security staff meticulously inspected all luggage, and specially trained dogs were brought in to sniff for explosives or other hazardous materials. These extra precautions were necessary to rule out any further threats and to restore confidence among passengers and staff. Although these procedures caused delays and inconvenience, most travelers understood that such measures were vital for the safety of everyone involved. The atmosphere was tense, but the priority was always clear: protect lives first. Throughout the ordeal, airline staff worked tirelessly to provide support and comfort. They handed out water bottles, offered information about the situation, and did their best to answer questions and calm nerves. Basic necessities like snacks and drinks were distributed to help ease anxiety and keep everyone as comfortable as possible while they waited for clearance to continue their journeys. The focus extended beyond just physical safety. Emotional well-being was also a priority. Many passengers were visibly shaken, but the support from staff and the knowledge that they were safe brought relief and gratitude. Thanks to the swift and coordinated response, the evacuation was successful, and no one was harmed. Passengers and crew were able to leave the scene safely, many expressing relief and appreciation for the professionalism shown. Behind the scenes, careful coordination between the flight crew, law enforcement, and ground staff ensured that every protocol was followed to the letter. Their teamwork was crucial in managing the situation effectively. The incident was undoubtedly stressful for everyone involved, but the unwavering commitment to safety guided every decision made that day. Clear communication from the crew and security staff helped keep passengers informed and reassured, reducing confusion and fear. In the end, after all necessary checks and support, everyone was able to continue their journey unharmed, grateful for the professionalism and care that ensured their safety throughout the ordeal. Alaska Airlines publicly commended its crew for their exemplary conduct. The airline emphasized that strict adherence to training prevented escalation. Attention quickly turned to caring for passengers, rebooking them on new flights. Customer service teams worked to minimize disruption and provide support. The aircraft was removed from service for a full security sweep and inspection. Safety protocols took precedence over a quick return to service. Alaska Airlines' transparent, compassionate response helped restore public trust. The incident became a case study in effective crisis management. The incident's ripple effect disrupted travel for thousands beyond the affected flight. At least 6 flights were canceled, stranding hundreds of passengers. 2 inbound planes were diverted, leaving travelers in unfamiliar cities. Delays mounted as only one runway remained open, creating long queues and gate congestion. The airport's intricate schedule was thrown into chaos, affecting flights nationwide. The event highlighted the fragility and interconnectedness of the aviation system. A single threat triggered a nationwide travel headache. With the threat neutralized, a formal investigation began, led by local police and the FBI. Investigators focused on the nature and credibility of the threat and the suspect's motives. Details were withheld to protect the investigation's integrity. The aircraft was treated as a crime scene, thoroughly searched for evidence. Every detail, from passenger belongings to cabin recordings, was scrutinized. The investigation aimed to ensure accountability and identify lessons learned. If the threat is confirmed, the suspect faces serious federal charges. The incident will be reviewed to refine security protocols. The goal: maintain public safety and prevent future incidents. The Seattle-Tacoma incident underscored the power of vigilance and teamwork in aviation. The crew's decisive actions and adherence to training were the first line of defense. Seamless coordination among crew, air traffic control, ground staff, and law enforcement was vital. Multi-agency collaboration ensured a safe outcome. Passengers' cooperation and trust in the crew were equally important. The event proved that protocol, training, and teamwork can overcome even the most serious threats. In aviation, security depends on the dedication and readiness of people on the front lines.